Good morning, human sexuality students. How are you on this fine Monday? I am checking in this morning after looking through all your welcome posts, and seems very welcoming. I'm very excited. You guys are going to have a good semester. I just want to talk you through what you're going to do this week. So, what is human sexuality? Kind of what contributes to kind of our developing our sexual selves, and what kinds of things play a part in that? I mean, as a sociologist, obviously, I'm concerned with the social influences that help us decide what is appropriate and what isn't. Um, and I want to like grab that word appropriate and throw it in the trash can because I want you to really think about the ways in which culture shapes and guides our behavior, even if we don't really want to do what culture tells us. So, it's an important thing to kind of consider as we think about ourselves as sexual creatures. And what that means to all of us is going to be really different. And I think that that's one of the things that we don't understand because of so many reasons. But one of them is that we don't really get to talk about sex in an open and free sort of way. And so, I hope that this is a safe space where you can do that. I mean, I think I'm much more of a face-to-face kind of teacher. That's the way I like to do my business of teaching, but I understand the need for online. I need the convenience, etc. But for a human sexuality class, I also feel like there's a level of anonymity that makes it easier to open up. So if that helps you, then right on. There's a lot of stuff in here that could be triggering, could be hard to look at, could be hard to think through. And so I want to make sure that you're all taking care of yourselves as you go through this material. We're going to deal with things like sexual assault and rape and things that are kind of the ugly side of what humans can do and when it comes to sexuality. And in most cases those are crimes of violence, not sex, but not always. So we're going to be thinking about those things, and they're going to be difficult, as I just said. I'm sorry to repeat myself. It is Monday morning, and it was like a long weekend of children, etc. life. But anyways, we're gonna run through the stuff. We're gonna kind of consider it, explore it, dive it into our own personal sex lives, and then also think about it on a more broad kind of level. Because, I mean, as a sociologist and as a teacher who teaches topics that have to do with life, if it doesn't make sense to your own life, then I'm sort of wasting my time. I want you to be able to relate this to yourself. And then if this is a topic that feeds your soul and you're really interested in it, there's good programs that offer BAs and MAs in the Bay Area, and I'm happy to discuss those with you. Usually one or two people in this class actually are doing this as their future career, and that's really awesome. We need sex educators. We need people to talk about sex in a way that is free and not stigmatizing, because one of the things that I find in teaching this class and in my research throughout my career is that the messages we get about sex are often, don't talk about it, you can't have it, especially a woman, you're not supposed to like it, do it because you have to, do it to make babies, and then men, go have as much sex as you can because that makes you a man. And so if men are having sex with women in some relationships, that makes it kind of difficult, right? Because one of them is being told go do it and the other one's like, well, you shouldn't really like it. So then how do you reconcile that, right? And we all reconcile it. Culture is culture. We pay attention to culture, but we also have to be into our own kind of sense of selves and figure out what works for us while recognizing that culture does shape us. So I know I'm babbling about that, but you're going to think about that. That's one of the things you're going to think about. You're going to look at the theoretical frameworks. You're also going to watch a very funny clip by Don Oliver, because I think sometimes we just have to laugh at this topic, because it makes it more comfortable. So he's here. I think he's also in the main module. So you can access him either way. And then what you're going to do is you're going to post in this discussion forum just like you did last week, but this one is content based. So it's going to be based on the reading, and you will also reply to 2 classmates like typically what we do every week, okay? So you must post an original post directly answering these questions. Don't go off on some tangent, because when I read it, if it doesn't pertain to what I'm asking you, I'm not going to give you points for it. And then you're going to reply to a classmate. So like Luke, for example, may post something, and then Faith might say, oh, that was really amazing, blah, 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 blah. Or Sophie might say, blah, 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 or someone in the class, right? So you're going to have conversations, right? This is the way we're going to engage. So make sure you're doing all that. That is, like I said, you don't want to not post. That's like the money right there. You need to be able to get those points. All right. Well, I think that's it for now. Have a good week. Happy posting. And I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say about sex ed programs, how yours was, and all of that good stuff. So take care, be nice to each other, and have a good day.